Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Spring Pendant. We're going to be talking about two item numbers in this one video. The 139751, that one is using the older canopy style on the ceiling, and the 139752, that one's using the new slimline. So we're going to use one video for both, and I'll go into detail and show you pictures of those canopies later on. Why don't we talk about the fixture itself? I love this fixture. It's beautiful sculpture, but it has these really cool pieces of handmade glass that look like drops of dew that are just kind of falling off. Really, it's mesmerizing when you look at it. So let's get into the size. So the body of the fixture itself is the bottom part, not including any of the supports. So it's 28.3 inches high, 53.4 inches long, and 15.8 inches wide. So the height of the fixture body is going to be all of that sculpture. The length of it is really going to be the entire length, left to right, and that's going to be that frame. The frame that you see that's being held by those cables is really inside of the frame. On two sides are going to be strips of LEDs pushing light at each other, and in the middle of that is this beautiful sculpture. So what you have is illuminated sculpture that also puts light into the room, and then the width of it, the widest point is 15.8, and it's going to be that frame that's holding the LEDs. So then on top of that we have these telescoping rod ideas, and this is connected, there's two of these connected to that sculptural part. If you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a patent on this whole telescoping rod system in the lighting industry. So one smaller rod is telescoping into a bigger rod. There's a clutch here with a set screw. It's a little hex nut thing, and it has a little wrench that comes with this. During your installation, once you get the height of this where you want it to be, you use this little hex nut wrench, you tighten this little screw, and you're good to go. And ditto on the cables that are coming from the supports. So you have four cables coming from the support of that light frame, we're going to call it. Well, there's where the LEDs are. Those are going up to the canopy as well, and then when you have that where you want it to be, you end up snipping those off at the canopy, and you are where you're going to be, basically, because you can't make them longer after you cut them. So it's really important to kind of get this where you want it to be before you do those things, and cutting your wires at the very top too. So now let's talk about the overall height, including these adjustable ranges. And we're talking about overall height means from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So the short is 31.1 to 35.7, standard is 35.8 to 44.6, long is 43.8 to 60.9. If you need this shorter than the short or longer than the long, best thing to do is to drop me a quick email, and that email address is sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. Tell me what you're looking for. I send that through the customs department at Hubbardton Forge, and it comes back to us with a quote whether they can do it or not. So we do customs every day, so it's just part of this line. Since it's a made-to-order line, we can do some things. Can't do everything, but we can do quite a bit of things. So let's talk about the rods at the top. So these are slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees in one direction only. There's two of these going up to the canopy. One can't be longer than the other coming down. It dictates how this hangs on the slope. And there's a knuckle at the top that makes it, see how it's like that? So let's say this is your slope, so you're going to have one here and one there. It's not going to be the other way like this and this. So the best thing to do, again, drop a quick email or call 802-446-2400, and I can kind of walk you through the slope ceiling thing. If you're not using this on the slope ceiling, don't worry about it. You're good to go. So let's get into lamping. So those two strips, LED strips, are going to total up to 48 watts. That's 2,000 lumens, which is quite a bit of light. It's a dimmable fixture. 2,000 lumens is about equivalent of about 150, 160, 170 watt light bulb, depending on what kind of bulbs you're used to. The canopy up on the ceiling is 16.5 by 54, so let's talk about that. So the 139751 is using this thicker, older style that Hubbardton is phasing out, and they're going into this slim line, which is the 139752. So, got a fly after me. Get out of here, you. 139751, the old style. So I'm going to show a picture of that here. We're going to be able to actually keep using this number up until parts are gone, and then after that, it would become a custom fixture. Again, we do customs a lot. But 139752, which is this canopy, That one is the new Slimline. You can order that right now, and that will be the one being taking over once they shut off the number of the 139751. So this video is going to be obviously viewed by people way in the future, and they may not be able to find that 139751 number looking it up, but you'll be able to go back and look at this. So, but most people are just going to stick with the new Slimline. I think it's a nice, cleaner look. It's really up to you guys. Okay, so that is it for the canopies. Why don't we talk about finishes? So if you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, midway down in the left-hand side in those red tabs, you're going to see a finishes help guide. Give that a click for me. You are going to see a video screen on the top of that page. It's me talking to you about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they look on heavy forging versus non-heavy forging. So heavy forging would be like, like handmade leaves that are bent and things that are pounded, those kind of things, versus, let's say, the canopy and the frame that's holding the LEDs, which is just flat planes. It's all going to be talked about in that video. Watch the video, but scroll down. There's a chart under the video. It's going to have pictures of all 9 finishes this comes in. Those pictures are going to have the letter A or B on them, and you can kind of see the range of variance, what we're talking about in the video. So kind of jump back and forth between the chart and the video. When you are done, go back to that chart, click on those pictures, and you can see more things in there to, like a whole bunch of things in burnished steel, a whole bunch of things in dark smoke, and so on and so on. So this ships on a pallet, and this ships common carrier, so it's really important to, for us to kind of get our ducks in a row about where this is going to go and who's going to receive it. That's something you guys should know. When you order your Hubbardton forged fixtures from Handmade in Vermont, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if it ships out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Some larger items, this is one of those items, cannot come back. It's a final sale. So it's important for me and you to get everything set up. We always tell you on our website what things can't come back, and it's usually these really big things versus little sconces, things like that. In addition to all that, we have a rush program. Hubbardton Forge normal lead time is 3 to 4 weeks. We can cut that down to about 2 weeks. It's very inexpensive. Just drop me a quick email if you guys want to know more about that. Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures on display. We have a What's on Display page back in those red tabs again, so you can click on it, see everything that's here before you guys come here. Showroom is open every day except Sunday. And we also have a clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. You have to be here to go through it. It's a fun little bargain hunt, I guess you can call it that, and I will help you put those boxes in your car. So that kind of takes care of most everything. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 to 6, and 802-446-2400 if you guys want to talk to me. Feel free to email sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. We get emails 24 hours a day, and it's a great way for us to get a rapport going, and I can send you pictures and links, and we can kind of talk about sometimes things. You can show me pictures of what your projects are, and we can kind of go over those kind of things too. It's a great way to do it. Any questions, let me know, and thanks for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.